I have 3 things to talk about, and I made notes, so Mark, I shouldn't get lost, but you never know. Sometimes I just do because I stray off the notes. 3 things to talk about. The first one, again, is the price of gasoline. This morning I called my Member of Parliament to complain. The person that answered, because of course the Member of Parliament wasn't available to talk to me, suggested that I write a letter. This is my provincial Member of Parliament. The province in Ontario has recently imposed an 8% tax on the price of gasoline, on the purchase of gasoline, and I think that they should eradicate that. Anyway, I wrote a letter. I did my part. I am not one of the apathetic people that just sit by and allow this to happen anymore. If you don't complain and voice your opinions, you never get anywhere. Isn't that right? I encourage everybody who feels the pressure of gasoline, wherever you are in this world, to call your government and to complain and tell them they have to do something about it. Second, the story of the flowers, right there. Just as Patrick and I were leaving for Cambridge to meet his brother about an hour away from here for lunch on Tuesday, the phone rang. And we were almost at the door. I nearly didn't answer it, but I went back and picked up the phone, and it was this foreign voice wishing me a happy birthday. And I said, well, thank you, but who are you? And she says, well, I have flowers that have been ordered for you, and I just wanted to make sure that you were home, and we'll send them. And I said, well, I'm just headed out the door, out of town for lunch, and would you mind sending them after 4 o'clock? And she said, well, how about I put them in the cooler and you can drop by? That way you can just enjoy your lunch and not worry about the pressure of getting back home by 4 o'clock. That would be better, don't you think? And I thought to myself, well, maybe she's right. Maybe we'll have a spectacular time and linger over drinks or something and not get home till 5. So I said, okay, I don't mind doing that. I'll come and pick them up. So off we go for our lunch, and we come back into town, and it's about 4:45. It's about 4:45, so it's a little early, and we went across town to the flower shop. Pat sort of double parks. I jump out and say, I won't be long. I don't even need to pay for these. It's a gorgeous treat from my friend Haiti. I'll just run in and get them. So I go in. The place is bedlam because it's 2 days after Mother's Day. And you know what that's like when it comes to flowers. I can just imagine florists are just inundated with orders. So the place is bedlam. There's leaves all over the floor and flowers everywhere, and it smells wonderful. So I go in and I look at this woman who's working away in this tiny confined little space and say hi. And I told her my name and said, we talked this morning and I'm here to pick my flowers up. And she looks at me and she says, oh, okay, just a second. And she turns and she picks up this dish with the green stuff in where you put the flowers in. And she says, I'll make them now. Will you wait? And I look at her and my eyes sort of, oh, I thought you were putting them in the cooler. I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. And she looks at me and she says, well, I guess you don't have any choice, do you? You're just going to have to wait. So I said, okay. And she starts to construct these flowers. It was actually quite fascinating watching her build this arrangement. And I wasn't too concerned, but I was in there for about 10 minutes. And then Pat comes in and his face is all screwed up. And he comes in and she takes one look at Pat's face, and you can just sort of see her pale a little bit. And she says, oh, well, I'm almost done. Don't worry. You can take the flowers. So she hands me the container, and it's all in a box with purple tissue paper and bright fluorescent green tissue paper. It looked gorgeous, actually. And I leave with the flowers. And I think they're lovely. They look exotic and jazzy. And we get home and they're on display. And in the morning, I get up and I look at them and I think, I bet there's a delivery charge on that. So I look it up and it's $8. So I thought, well, it's not right that Haiti needs to spend $8 for something that didn't get delivered. So I called the woman and I said to her, hi, I just wanted to tell you how much I like my flowers. They're gorgeous. But please don't charge my friend the $8 delivery charge because we picked them up at your suggestion. So she says, oh, well, no, I wouldn't do that. And then an hour later, Haiti calls. I tell her this whole long story, and she says, well, she charged me right away. Now, Haiti doesn't really care. I'm the one that obsesses over the rights and the wrongs of today's society, and I think that that's an ethical error on this florist's way of doing business. What do you think? I don't think Haiti should be charged that $8, but I bet you the woman won't fix it. And the third thing I wanted to tell you today is that I have found a reason to go to Walmart. I was flipping through their ads the other day, and lo and behold, what do I see but a tin of Bush's baked beans? 10 years ago, when Pat and I were in Alabama, we fell in love with Bush's baked beans, which of course you can't get here. No store, no grocery store sells them. And here, Walmart is having a special on Bush's baked beans. So we went in and got 6 tins, and that's all we got. 6 tins of Bush's baked beans. Now I have a reason to go to Walmart. And that's the end of my remarks for today. That's it, that's all.